My name is Chris Oliveros. I'm the publisher of Drawn and Quarterly. We're based in Montreal, Canada, and the company started in 1989. Well, over the years, we've published a number of cartoonists, including Chester Brown, Seth, Adrian Tumine, Chris Ware, Kate Beaton, Linda Barry, many others. It's a great convention. Yeah, it's been very enjoyable. I think you guys have done a terrific job putting this on, and I really like the idea of having it in the open air, as part of this market, which is a good idea because it brings in a lot of extra people rather than holding in a hotel or something, which is where a lot of American conventions are held. So yeah, I think it's great. It's still hard to tell. I mean, I'd like to find out more about the whole publishing business here. I mean, I know India is known for its literary culture, and from what I've understand from what people have been telling me is that people are just in the last 20 years or so, comics are becoming a lot more popular here as well. So it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully, it'll become very successful or sort of well known, like it has in Europe and North America. I would say for an aspiring cartoonist to read a lot, to draw a lot. Someone could be talented, but talent is not alone is not enough. You need to put in the hours, and you need to. You just need to practice a lot, and to seek out books. Other books you like, other publishers that you like, and to try to search out more beyond. Beyond Superman or X-Men and so on. That's fine if you're 14 or something, but as you get older, hopefully, that aspiring cartoonist will seek out other work as well. Well, it was difficult in North America for the first 10 or 12 years because comics were seen as something that were just for kids. So when we started doing our books, it was very difficult to explain to anyone. Let's say if we're doing an interview like this for the media, to explain that you could make comics for somebody who's older than 12 years old. In fact, sometimes if you said you're making comics for a mature readership, people would think that you're making pornography or something. So it was very difficult. Whereas now in the last 10 years, the whole concept of graphic novels for an older readership, I think people get it now. They don't really have to question you, and so it's been better now. No, I would say it's definitely on the rise. I mean, the graphic novel readership in North America is definitely growing. You have situations where 10 years ago you couldn't buy or find graphic novels or comics in bookstores. You could only get them in specialty shops. Whereas now, more and more, you're seeing it in bookstores. So the sales in that area are definitely growing. I think so. I think to some degree it has, because everything is a lot more accessible than it was before. You could be thousands of miles away in India, for example, and you could either see samples of different work or buy it on Flipkart, it sort of makes it accessible for everyone, where someone could have their own web comic, and then they could have thousands of readers. One of our cartoonists, Kate Beaton, I mean, that's how she got her start. She just started posting her comics on her own website, and she has an audience of over 500,000 people a month. So she's the exception to the rule. Not everyone is going to. It's difficult. I mean, we do have our book distributor, our American book distributor has some kind of distribution here, but I mean it's difficult. I mean I'm told that like you in theory can get the books here, but it's like sometimes as much as triple the price that they would be in the U.S. It's something we definitely would like to look into. I mean the population is certainly large enough here. I mean, 1.2 billion people, that's a lot of people. Ideally it would be nice. It would be nice to try to get our books more into India. It's been great. Yeah, India is great. It's still kind of a culture shock because it's so different from so different from Canada, but it's great. It's a very vibrant country in many ways. So I hope to come back here. For Comic-Con India, I think you guys are doing a fantastic job. I think it's very, very impressive. I wish you the most success, and I hope the convention continues to grow because it's been really remarkable. And it's for Indian comics fans. I thank you for those of you who have followed John and Quarterly, and I hope we'll somehow find a way to make it easier to get our books here, where it doesn't cost triple the price to get the books.